Alrighty, guys. Hi, guys. Yeah, I'm just saying hi.
Oh, okay.
All right. One, two, three.
What's up, guys?
Hi, guys.
I'm your host, Manny,
I'm your other host, Gabriel.
and this is the Cash Bros podcast.
Hashtag podcast. Welcome, welcome.
We're gonna be talking about superhero related content like Marvel, mainly a
Yeah.
little bit of DC, and maybe Star Wars.
No, we're not gonna do. Maybe.
I'm sorry, guys. He hates it.
I just don't get it. I really don't get it. I really don't. Well, maybe we'll do a Star Wars theme. I feel like you're gonna be in it by yourself.
Possibly.
Possibly, yes.
Yeah. So if you guys see a channel where it's just me, Gabriel died.
No, don't say that.
I'm just
Bruh.
kidding. Just kidding.
But we'll be talking about mostly Marvel. We and a little bit of DC. No Star Wars. Just kidding.
But the only time we're gonna be like talking about DC heavily is if a new trailer comes out, and we will discuss,
Yeah.
the different stuff, Easter eggs that we see in it, theories of what the movie could lead to or what the movie's gonna be about. But in the meantime, it's mainly Marvel.
We are Marvel nerds.
Yeah.
Yes. So, can you like scoot a little bit so I can be in the middle as well? Yeah. Like that. Oh, I didn't break it. Alrighty, guys.
So, like we're about to get into the segment. We're gonna be asking each other questions.
Mhm.
We're gonna be debating, give each other's opinions. And if you guys have something you guys want us to talk about, comment down below. But you gotta subscribe and turn your noties on.
Yes, please, and comment down below about mukbangs because we'll be doing that.
Yes.
That's all that's all I'm doing.
We could do mukbang / a trailer.
That we did talk about that.
Yeah.
With ramen.
Yeah.
That will be coming soon, hopefully,
Okay.
because I love ramen. Also have a couple questions here, but how was your day, Manny?
It was good. Just had a long work day. I
Yeah.
apparently have to work.
Yeah.
For a living.
Right.
And you?
I got a haircut. You can't see, but I did get a haircut. I really needed one.
Yeah.
Shout out to Tony. Hi, Tony. Tony's my brother. He's a barber.
Speaking of his brother, our relationship, we are cousins.
We are cousins.
Yeah.
We are blood. We are besties, and we are honestly with Marvel. That's how we gotten closer.
Yeah.
We've gotten really close just because of Marvel. And I remember during COVID, we would FaceTime every single day, just talking about Marvel,
Like,
about the Marvel movies, the trailers, the theories, every single day. I think that was my favorite.
oh yeah, because COVID was like such a slow time.
Mhm.
But me and Gabriel found a way just to talk throughout the whole day.
Yes,
So
we had
cool.
something. We had something to do.
Yeah.
But I got a couple questions here.
Okay.
Oh, my day. I got a haircut. Um, what else? What else did I do? I cleaned my room. Showered, skincare routine, and I got ready for the podcast. I had to make sure that I had everything because I did had everything. I had the laptop, the microphones, the little mixer, sound mixer, and I I also when I got here, I thought I forgot the camera. So, but I did it. But we're not using it because we filmed on it, and it just stopped recording. So I'm like, okay, we're recording on Manny's phone for now. But hopefully we'll get that fixed soon.
Everything's gonna be updated.
Everything is gonna be
Everything's
updated.
gonna be
Everything is gonna be upgraded.
Yeah.
So yeah. Since this is a podcast, do you listen or watch any podcasts?
Honestly, I'm not huge on podcasts, but the only one I watch is I always forget. I don't know why I forget their names. They're like super popular.
Mm-hmm.
It's the hat guy and that other dude who they just basically just talk about Marvel, DC, and other movies that come out throughout the year. I don't know why I'm forgetting their names. Those are the only ones I watch because I'm not too familiar with podcasts. In
Mhm.
my opinion, it's something maybe I gotta get myself into now because now that we're doing one.
Yeah.
But no, not.
That's
I
it.
don't know that many.
So
You?
we're gonna be doing what they're doing, but we're gonna do it better. Yeah. Okay. That's all. Yeah. Okay. Good. Good. Oh. But for me, I do watch a lot of podcasts. I watch Sober Talks. I watch The Baddest Radio from Brett McRock.
Mhm.
I watch. I sometimes watch. Alicia Marie and Remy. I also watch their collab podcast with Zen and Heath, which is called Pretty Unfiltered. I used to watch Logan Paul's video, but that was like years ago when it first started. I think that was the first podcast that I've watched for a little while. Um but I think that's it. Are you like for those videos that you watch, are you a visual are you a watcher or a listener?
Honestly, both, to be honest. Like, just split on both. Like, can't do one thing more than the other, to be
Yeah.
honest. Because if I'm listening, I want to see what, I don't know, just their physical, like their body language,
Yeah.
how they like explain things. But it's cool when you go in depth and listen to mainly just the words and
Mhm.
just, you know, it's just cool. I mean, people listen to it differently or view things differently, but I just do both.
Yeah.
'Cause, yeah. You?
I I'm a visual learner for sure, or a visual person. I Whenever I watch when they come out with new videos, I always watch it first. Cause for example, if they like show something, I need to see what's going on. I don't like not knowing what's going on.
Yeah.
And so I watch the video first. I would say like 3 or 4 times, like watching it. And then after that I could listen to it while I'm doing stuff like driving. I sometimes do it driving, or cleaning my room, doing my skincare routine. But I need to watch it first.
Oh,
But yeah. Um, so I'm very in the podcast realm. I know what's going on. But yeah. I've never watched podcasts before, but now I do.
okay.
That's pretty cool. But yeah. Okay. So I got a couple questions that we have for each other. Um This is for Marvel because I feel like Marvel is just much bigger and more known. Because DC is now making its own universe.
Yeah, it's gonna be cool. It's starting off with technically Blue Beetle, but
I forgot of okay. Okay, I forgot about that. I
yeah.
forgot the Blue Beetle. Honestly, one of the best.
You like it?
I
Yeah,
love it.
it's added to.
The fact that I forgot about that.
I
Oh
know.
my god.
Yeah.
Okay, I'll answer that. I'll put that in my answer. Whatever. Um, what was it? What were we talking about?
Oh, you're about to ask me a question, Marvel related.
Oh yeah, this is gonna be Marvel for the first question. So when did Marvel enter into our lives? That's a tongue twister.
For me, I'd say the Sam Raimi Spider Man. To be honest, when I seen the first one when I was about, I don't know, maybe five,
Mm-hmm.
6, I fell in love with the movie. Just saying, it's cool seeing a superhero just swing around, put on a suit, just a
Mm-hmm.
colorful suit. That he's just swinging around, saving people or fighting crime. It was cool to see as a kid. I didn't understand too much of the character because it was my first time viewing it,
Mm-hmm.
but it was cool seeing a teenager just going through some everyday struggles, but then being a superhero. Like, he's being bullied, but now he has the strength to like defend himself, but chooses not to.
Mm-hmm.
Makes you think like, why doesn't he just defend himself? But
Right.
that's part of the secret identity. It's just
Mm-hmm.
keeping a secret. But when it comes to the MCU, I'd say Iron Man 1 because it was the first MCU movie to release.
Mm-hmm.
I watched that. I forgot the year it came out, but I watched it as it released. It was one of the first movies first Marvel movies I seen in the theaters.
Mm-hmm.
And watching it was pretty cool. The CGI at its time was really good.
Yeah.
And seeing a guy just put on a metal suit flying around
Mm-hmm.
makes you think, why don't people just make suits right now and just start flying around? But obviously it's kind of hard, you
Right.
know. But I think that's probably one of my favorite movies all time because it was the first one
Mm-hmm.
and it was just beautiful to see. Just seeing a guy build a suit in a cave,
Right.
surviving, being kidnapped,
Mm-hmm.
and now and later he just makes a suit that's like 100,000 times better.
Right.
So it was pretty cool to see. It's I've always watched Marvel movies, but that's one I always go back to.
For many, he's more involved in like Marvel movies before I am. Before I was, he would always. I remember you would always talk about Iron Man and how that was your favorite movie. Um, I remember we were talking about this, that you said that whenever you're not doing anything and you're just like doing like just laying down or whatever, you're constantly thinking about Marvel. Like Marvel is injected in you.
Yeah, I don't know. It's kind of crazy because it's kind of sad too, but it's because
Still
when
sad.
there's a movie that's upcoming, like an up and coming movie,
Hmm.
all I think about is the theories of what could happen in the movie, what it leads to.
Hmm.
But then after I watch it, I feel satisfied with waiting that long and knowing some of my theories were correct.
Right.
And leaving the theater, now my mind is like freed
Right.
from Marvel thoughts for at least a
For
week, for a little bit, minimum time.
a
Like,
day.
but it's because I really have interest in Marvel and DC and a bunch of
Yeah.
stuff like that. But the person I explained bunch of my stuff to, is this guy.
It's me. I'm the victim. Just kidding.
So is my girlfriend.
Bru- Oh, I feel bad for her.
No, she's happy.
Hi, Annie. No, but he's always been a Marvel nerd. Um, for Marvel, when I first started watching Marvel movies, um, I think for me, the first time when I realized like Marvel was making movies that were connected in the same universe, um, it was when Manny showed me a trailer for Civil War, and I think we were in like in a federal building where they have where they I feel like where they pay taxes or whatever. I don't remember, but I remember him showing me the trailer, and I was like, "Oh, this is kind of cool." Seeing like all the different characters, and I remember we were going into the elevator, and I was watching it in the elevator, and I was like, "Oh, wait, this is kind of cool." Seeing all the different characters. Um, that was my first realization, like, oh, like Marvel was doing something. But I don't remember the first time when I watched a or actually I think oh wait, actually, I think it was Winter Soldier.
Winter Soldier.
Captain America Winter Soldier.
Oh
I
man, what
could
a
be
movie!
wrong. But yeah. Um it was long. I feel like you were the one who like fed me like Marvel stuff. And here's the
I
reason.
brainwashed
You
you.
you basically brainwashed me. Sorry guys, we had a little
Technical issue.
technical issue. Yes.
So the longer we do podcasts and stuff like that, the better we are going to be at these things.
Mhm.
But in the meantime, just bear with us.
Yes. So many is the reason why I love Marvel. So that's the thing.
Yeah.
Okay, so let's see. What is your favorite Marvel movie? Or actually, let's do DC and Marvel.
DC and Marvel. Okay.
So let's start with Marvel. What is your favorite Marvel movie, Minnie?
And well, it's gonna be a common answer. Infinity War. You can't go wrong with. I
Yes.
guess you could say it's the safest option because
Mm-hmm.
people are gonna be like, "How's that the best movie?" You know.
It just is.
It's you have a lot of characters in that movie. You see the best characters be in defeat and awe after what Thanos
Oh
did.
yeah.
Like seeing from that side of your favorite superheroes, just like experiencing a loss, you felt like you lost too.
Right.
Like
A lot of people died. Oh, Mr. Stark.
oh,
I don't feel
oh,
so
oh
good.
my god,
Oh, I cried. I cried.
I did. That was depressing.
That was very depressing.
It was a really long year because from that and Avengers Endgame,
Yeah.
the split from them, that was a huge
Very,
gap.
very huge gap.
Mm.
Um, I would say. Oh wait, yeah, I would say Infinity War as well. Um, but what about DC?
DC, well, it's not a long list.
It really isn't. They just started. Oh, they're just now making their DC universe.
I know. I can't wait.
I really can't wait either.
With it starting with Blue Beetle technically,
Technically, yeah.
but I'd say Man of Steel.
Man of Steel.
To be honest, my opinion, I loved it. It was
Mm-hmm.
a good superhero movie. I just wouldn't say it was a great Superman movie.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
True. 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 I like that how you word that.
but when I see Henry Cavill, I do see Superman.
I do too.
But it's some parts of the movie you're letting 100 buildings just completely crash, and I get it. He was fighting a Kryptonian who was
Yeah.
destroying everything,
Right.
and at the end he had to kill his own, people in order to save some humans that were, in the room with them.
Which honestly, I was shocked
I did not think he was just
because
going to kill them.
Superman does never kill.
And he doesn't kill, but you know,
He has to do. He had to do what he had to do.
yeah. And I think we've seen that in the anime stuff where he has to go a certain extent.
Yeah, but it's rare.
I'm not too sure if he has a no kill rule, but he had to do that
Yeah, he had to.
because most people were going to get burnt.
Yeah.
And we've seen it. People were saying, why didn't they just cover, why didn't they just cover his eyes? Well, that's because there's been times where when Superman's trying to cover someone's eyes, lasers will shoot all around
True.
instead of just being blocked fully.
Mm-hmm.
So, there's a bunch of scenarios, but I'd say Man of Steel. I mean, I
That's
enjoyed it at the time,
Yeah.
but yeah, you?
For the Marvel, for Marvel, I would have to say Thor: Love and Thunder. No, actually, the Marvels.
Mm.
Honestly, way better than Infinity War.
All right, guys. This is a welcome and goodbye. Yes.
I'm kidding. I'm kidding. Kidding. No, I have to say Infinity War for sure. Infinity War, but other than Infinity War, let me change my answer. I would say Infinity War. Shang-Chi. Oh, Shang-Chi.
Oh,
I
damn,
would say Shang-Chi. Just since it is an origin story, it was beautifully created. Honestly, seeing my favorite part was obviously the fight scenes. I think we both like the fight scenes.
Oh yeah, for sure.
But just the overall story, the growth within the character, and also seeing the culture, the Asian culture with like the clothing, the language, the fight styles, and also the mythical creatures, which I really liked. I liked how they had like actual mythical creatures from that culture. But just overall, the storyline, I think that has to be one of my favorites. That has to be one of my favorites.
I mean, Shang-Chi is such a great movie. It's post 2020. That was, one of the better written Marvel
Yeah.
movies. You could throw in No Way Home,
Mm-hmm.
Thunderbolts, Guardians of the Galaxy 3, even though someone right here is not a fan of it.
I don't like it. I'm sorry. I really don't like it.
I'm
But
sorry, guys. This is his last episode. I will be continuing running
the couch, bro.
Yeah. Oh, speaking of the name, we didn't mention.
I don't.
We didn't mention that.
We didn't mention it.
No.
Okay.
Well,
Yeah, we didn't mention it. As you can see, we don't have a couch because hi Titi.
all right, guys. Little break.
Little break. We
this-
have Mandy's little brother.
This is Christian Flores.
Say
Yeah.
hi. Say hi, Titi. Give him the mic.
Hello.
He's like my little child. Titi? What's your favorite Marvel movie?
Spider-Man No Way Home.
Good one. That's a good one. That's a good one. That's a good one. What about DC? Have you ever watched DC?
No.
No. Okay, makes sense.
I mean,
That's okay.
Wait, I think.
That's okay.
Oh, he's starting to like superhero movies. Growing up now, I keep making him watch them. Now I'm brainwashing him too.
Yes.
Yeah, but he'll come up in future episodes and stuff
Yes.
like that.
He'll probably be our first guest. I mean,
Yeah.
this is his first appearance, but actually like question him, integrate him, or what is it? How do you say it?
Interrogate?
Integrate in. Sorry, I'm gonna.
No, you can't say that.
I can say that. I can say that.
I got to clip that out of the video.
Maybe that's good. But yeah, that's that's Manny's little brother. Say bye. He says bye. Um, where did we left off? I don't remember. Um, I would just say my DC, my favorite. And then my DC favorite movie, my favorite movie from DC has to be Blue Beetle. I love Blue Beetle, and also I cried when the father died. Spoiler alert! If you haven't watched it, you had to
Yeah, it's
watch
been
it.
like maybe a year or two.
Yeah,
Honestly forgot when the movie came out.
me too. But it happened more than a year ago.
It was, it was really more of a connected movie to us
Since
because
we are
we're
Hispanic.
yeah, and it was cool seeing a Latino just being the main character of the movie and just
Mhm.
being the mantle, throwing in a little bit of our culture
Yes,
into that movie. It was cool to see,
it was really cool to see.
especially from the actor Cholo.
Yeah, Cholo, love you, Cholo. Hi, Cholo, if you're watching.
Right.
But hearing, I liked everything about it, but the CGI was a little, was a little off. But I can't complain. It was a really good story, but I did cry because of the father died. I wouldn't if it wasn't. But here's the thing. If it was like if it wasn't an Hispanic movie, if the father died, I probably wouldn't cried as much as I did. But since I connected it, with my father, okay, let me not say that. Since it was based on our culture, hearing like the mother or like the kids like yelling in Spanish, that's when I was like, oh wow,
Yeah.
I cried a lot. But it has to be Blue Beetle. Hopefully, I'll love Superman. I think I would.
I I have high hopes for James Gunn's new DCU.
Mm-hmm.
People are worried that it's just gonna be another failed universe.
Mm-hmm.
I don't pray for that. I hope it does well.
I hope. I hope. I mean, it's the start off, so it better be good.
And if you see the actor himself, that guy is a brute. He's huge.
Bro, he got big. Hopefully, it does good. So, uh, so from the recent projects, this is for Marvel as well. So from the recent projects of Marvel, um, from this year or last year, which one was your favorite? I do got a list right here. So we got Ant-Man and the Wasp, Quantumania, Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3, Secret Wars, The Marvels, Loki Season 2, What If Season 2.
Oh, you said Secret. You mean Secret Invasion?
Did I say Secret Wars?
Yeah.
Oh shoot, my bad.
Gabriel's
Secret Invasion.
Gabriel's 2 years ahead of the future.
Yes. I already watched it.
Oh, okay, that's cool.
Yeah.
Just don't spoil it.
Yeah, I won't. Echo, Deadpool and Wolverine, Agatha All Along, Captain America, Brave New World, Daredevil Born Again, and the Thunderbolts. So which one is your favorite? Oh, honestly, honorable mention. This wasn't on the list when I looked it up. X-Men 97.
Oh, okay.
I had to. I had to.
Man, that's difficult. I If I gotta be honest, I'd say the Thunderbolts.
Out of out of all of them? Wow, okay. I did love Thunderbolts. I really did. But better than um Wolverine and Deadpool?
Yeah, I mean, I love that movie with the passion. It was a
Mhm.
good like viewing it for the first 2 times, but then
Mhm.
when you watch it again, it was mainly a lot of comedic relief.
Yeah,
And instead of an in-depth story, I do love it though. I love that movie.
right.
But I honestly would put Thunderbolts over it mainly for an emotional and a well like grounded story.
Mhm.
Obviously, it wasn't that grounded until Sentry pulled up, and that's
Mhm.
just another level.
Oh yeah.
But it was cool seeing Marvel go out of their depth of like just crazy CGI fights. The movie had to do with like a mental thing,
Mhm.
if everybody was doing well and stuff like that, and see a bunch of nobodies just form a team and somehow save the day.
Mhm.
And my question is, where were all the other heroes in New York? It's like they took the day off.
Right.
It's
Honestly, the Avengers Tower is literally. Oh wait, they
that
were
was
in the
all
Avengers
like,
Towers.
yeah.
But where was Spider Man?
Yeah, took a day off.
Took a day
Apparently.
off.
It was at school.
Where was the Internals?
Yeah, they
Some-
don't show up for anything at that
yeah,
point.
honestly,
They're just doing their own thing.
right. But now that you said that, I would say the Thunderbolts. Cause, cause for me, I don't like. I don't really don't like um Thor: Love and Thunder nor Guardians of the Galaxy 3 because they were okay. Thor was just a bad overall movie, just in general. But with Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3, it is a good movie, but for me, I like more of a serious type of movies.
Mm.
Let's say like Civil War, Winter Soldier, Endgame, Infinity War, stuff like that, where it's just like serious where I see like the characters. I always envision this where like the characters are like in their normal clothes and they're just talking about what's going on. I like that. I like that.
Yeah.
And so with the Thunderbolts, it's just it was comedic. They did have some funny moments, which I like. It wasn't too much. It was like the perfect amount.
If they all the jokes landed.
All the jokes landed. All the jokes landed. But yeah, I would have to put Thunderbolt on top after you said that.
Yeah.
So you changed my mind. But X-Men 97. Many knows this. I love the X-Men. I love the X-Men. When Marvel put Beast in the credit scene of the Marvels,
Oh man.
oh my! I watched the movie by myself, but when I saw that, my jaw was on the floor. I am a huge X-Men fan. So, I'm just waiting for season 2, honestly. Waiting for season 2. Phenomenal show, great monologue, great characters, great events, great writing, just everything overall, the best, the best, the best.
Oh yeah.
So, but yeah. Um Honestly, Agatha all along, it was a good show. Honestly, I really liked it. Many no what?
It was
I
it
just
was
know.
a it was an interesting show. It's just one I just couldn't, catch on with.
Uh-huh.
Other people might have liked it. Like Gabriel right here, he liked it.
I
I'm
liked
not
it.
gonna I'm not gonna tell him the show was bad because
Mhm.
I wasn't. I watched the first couple episodes. They were interesting,
Mhm.
but I just couldn't get into it. And it was just another show I wasn't really asking for Marvel to put out, but
Mhm.
it had something new and it showed Wiccan. That's
Which I love Wicked.
that's a character I'm excited for.
Yeah.
With his brother, I can't wait to see what the future holds for those two characters.
Mhm.
But those are good projects.
Nice.
I'm a huge fan of Daredevil, and when they put out the show, I loved it. Oh
Mhm.
man, just seeing him back in that red suit was just you know it meant something.
Mhm.
I will admit I was late on watching the Netflix show, but before I even watched the Disney Plus, I made sure I watched the entire series on Netflix like
Mhm.
maybe a year ago. And I could see why everybody loved that show. It's because I wasn't too fond of it because I didn't know much of the character to even like try to get myself to watch it. But man, after watching it, it was just a wow. But the Disney Plus, it didn't hold the same standards it did for the Netflix. I still enjoyed it though,
Mhm.
especially seeing Frank Castle back. That was cool to see.
What do you think about Ironheart so far?
Once again, another show I didn't ask for, but
You specifically, you didn't ask for.
yeah,
You didn't tell Kevin about that, huh?
no,
Because I know you two are good friends.
yeah, I told I got. Why did you put this out?
Why'd you put this up?
No, I watched the first 3 episodes, and
Mhm.
I gotta say, it's actually pretty solid.
Yeah. Honestly, yes.
It doesn't feel, it doesn't feel like forced jokes, being thrown out there. It's a well grounded movie, and you know, my little only complaint is the Red Hood's acting. I do like the actor though. I've seen him in other things, but maybe they just got built up to it correctly.
Yeah.
But I do like Riri Williams' character.
Very.
I think she's funny. She's an interesting character, and
Mhm.
I do love a serious character in
Mhm.
in the show, especially since he's a young character too.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
but honestly, the show is solid. I can't wait for the new episodes coming out.
Honestly, me too. For me, I love the show so far. But my only complaint is the acting. Some of the acting on some characters, it's a bit iffy. It's a bit iffy. But so far, really like the show. Um, but yeah. So um, we're gonna talk about the trailers. That's for Superman and the Fantastic Four. Can't wait for Fantastic Four. What day is it gonna come out? July what?
I think the 24th.
24th. And Superman's gonna come out July 11th,
Yeah.
if I'm not mistaken.
Sadly, we won't be watching it on the same time on premiere day,
Yes.
which is gonna be on the Thursday on the 10th.
Mm-hmm.
But we will be seeing it together on the Sunday. Yes, I will be seeing it multiple times.
Yes.
That's because I enjoy doing that. I just enjoy being at the movies. Apparently,
The thing about Manny, if he watches a movie and he likes it, he will watch it 10 times.
sometimes a lot.
Okay.
I will see it more than 2 times.
Yeah. More than 2 times. Less than 5.
Less than 5.
I think that's a good rate
Yeah.
for you. So how do you feel about Okay, let's talk about Superman because it's coming out first. What do you think about Superman? What are your theories?
Oh man, there's so much going on with that movie. You know, when you're seeing the trailers, is that you it's like you can't even think of a theory of what could happen throughout the movie.
Honestly, you're right because there's a lot of things happening.
Like you see, there's other heroes there. Seeing, Guy Gardner's Green Lantern. You're seeing Hawk Girl. You're seeing Metamorpho. You're seeing Mister Terrific. It's like wow. It's like you're getting these interesting characters out of the comics, putting them in a movie with Superman, and that's his movie.
Mm-hmm.
But I do think it's just gonna be a movie where Superman is gonna be Superman,
Mm-hmm.
and Lex Luthor is gonna be he's
Yeah.
gonna be on his like little hating ride on Superman, just wanting him to fail, and that's what we want to see. We want to see a true Lex Luthor who just genuinely hates Superman. We've seen it in the past,
Mm-hmm.
but I can't wait for this one because it's new character, new cast, and I'm truly excited. I'm really hyped for James Gunn's DCU and starting off with Superman. That's exciting.
Yeah. I really can't wait. I like the coloring of the new movie. Love how it's bright because the movies before, the Superman and like the Justice League, they're very dark. So I'm glad that they're gonna make it brighter, like how it is in the comics. Um, but one theory for me that honestly, whenever the trailers came out, I never like saw anyone talk about this, but I feel like the credit scenes, Supergirl's gonna come out.
I know I do hope that happens, or we see a member
Uh, yeah,
of the Justice League, or I don't even know when they would even form the Justice League. I hope it's built up correctly though.
yeah.
But I would love to see like a new superhero or
Mhm.
Supergirl because her movie is coming out in 2026.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it's next year.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah, and the villain is Lobo, which is pretty cool.
Oh, yeah, you're right.
Yeah,
Played by who?
Jason Momoa.
Perfect casting for
But
that.
I am excited to see Millie as her own Supergirl, and I hope she succeeds because she's a good actress.
Oh, it's the actress Millie.
Yeah,
Oh, okay, got it.
and we haven't seen a Supergirl movie in a long time, and
Long
a
time.
lot of people said the last one was bad. So it's cool seeing a fresh new one.
Mhm.
With the effects we have today and
Mhm.
the scripts and stuff like that. I'm excited.
Yeah, I'm very excited as well. Can't wait for the new characters that you listed. Hot Girl, um, Green Lantern, Mr. Terrific, and
Metamorpho.
Metamorpho. Sorry.
On the trailers, we do see Metamorpho make his hand into kryptonite. And what I do think in the movie is his son is being, this has been captured by Lex because in the trailer, it shows Superman in some sort of dimension holding on to the baby, and Metamorpho is in in a little cell with Superman, forming a kryptonite into his hand, so that he could just stop Superman. I don't know how they get out of there. I don't know how Metamorpho gets out of there because later in the trailer it just shows Superman punching out the window.
I feel like I watched a different trailer. I don't remember seeing that at all.
Trust me, guys. I watched too much of the trailer.
Yeah, I feel like this is Manny where he pays attention, or he also watches videos of people explaining the trailers and like behind the scenes and everything. That I didn't even know.
In the current trailer, Superman's being held by a creature holding the baby. I always forget the baby's name, but it's Metamorpho's baby. and Metamorpho has been taken to a jail and is forced to do that in order to keep his son safe. Is what I think is the plot of that.
Okay.
But
Oh.
I do think Superman is trying to save Metamorpho's baby
Mm-hmm.
because he was able to
Oh.
escape out of that jail. That little glass cell thing that Lex has Superman in. And it's gonna be interesting just seeing how all these characters interact, and
Yeah.
I'm really excited just to see Lex Luthor and Superman just beef, straight human and a
No,
Kryptonian.
literally. Maybe I do need to watch the trailer a little bit more because I don't. I didn't know none of that.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna have to. I have to rewatch it now. Thank you, Minnie.
Yes.
So now, what about the Fantastic Four? The
Oh.
first steps. Oh my God. Okay, let's talk about it. Cause at first, the concept or the theme, I wasn't a huge fan of it. It was like they're making it like in the 90s,
1960s,
60s,
future
oh,
retro,
60s.
future retro, future retro.
Uh-huh.
It's the type of deal.
But now it's growing on me. It really is growing on me. I'm excited. I The thing is with Silver Surfer, I thought they were gonna change the sex completely, but now like reading the comics or like listening to the comics and like people talking about it, it's a different character. So I was like, I was good. I was good with that.
All I think the name's Shia, but she's mainly the love interest of Nora Rad's Silver Surfer,
That I do
and
not know.
and it's cool seeing her version in that universe. I wonder if Norman Rad is also in that universe, or if there's a Norman Rad in this MCU 616 universe.
Uh-huh.
And there's reports saying there's gonna be two separate Silver Surfers, where that's her in her own universe, and there's gonna be the main Silver Surfer in the MCU.
Okay, that's dope. Imagine the power they have together.
Oh man, it's
Wow. But the trailer. I For the first trailers, obviously they couldn't share or show too much of what's going on in the movies. So I was like, I'm kind of iffy about it. But now with the recent trailer, with the final trailer, I'm extremely excited. I really can't wait. I really can't wait. Galactus.
oh man.
It's gonna be a good. I hope there's gonna be a good movie. I know it is, but sometimes Marvel it does. Sometimes it doesn't hit. But since it's like a huge um superhero group, I think they'll be fine. I think they'll do good.
And it's being directed by John Watts, the same guy who directed, Spider-Man Homecoming, Spider-Man Far From Home, and No Way Home.
Mm-hmm.
So I think I could trust the guy.
Yeah.
You know, uh, going into whenever it first got reported that Fantastic Four was going to be made again, I was excited. Like, wow, we're finally going to see an MCU Fantastic Four.
In Comic-Con when they
Oh, yeah,
showed like the
when they appeared in Comic-Con, and
Yeah.
then they started talking about the cast, and they're talking about, Margot Robbie being
Mhm.
Invisible Woman,
which I was iffy about.
and Adam Driver as Mr. Fantastic, which was, I don't know, if anything, he should have played Doom. If he ever were to get cast as a character,
Who's Adam Driver?
he's the Kylo Ren, the actor for Kylo Ren from Star Wars. You know the guy with the cross lightsaber.
The Cross?
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
He was originally casted as Mr. Fantastic,
Oh.
but due to contract issues, timing issues, they couldn't make an agreement. And instead of Marvel just throwing a bunch of money on like really crazy, really good known actors, they spent well money on some actors who are upcoming
Mm-hmm.
and some that are on a good time of their roles right now.
Mm-hmm.
That this is just going to expand their horizon of getting future roles.
Mm-hmm.
We're seeing Pedro Pascal, which at first to me was questionable because
Same.
I do love him as Din Djarin in The Mandalorian,
Mm-hmm.
and I do love him as Joe Miller in The Last of Us. But when he first got casted, I was one of those people who like, why?
Why? I was too, to be honest. I
But
was like, it doesn't make any
But his
sense.
acting range is amazing. And
Yeah.
after seeing the trailers, I'm like, he could pull it off.
He could put a lot.
Because Mr. Fantastic isn't some like bright character. He's a man that's too much into his work
Mm-hmm.
that he doesn't pay attention to things around him.
Mm-hmm.
That I feel like Pedro Pascal can embody that character. Because in the past Fantastic Four films, he would ignore, like Mr. Fantastic would ignore Invisible Woman when she tried to talk to him. Because he was too focused on work.
Mm-hmm.
But I do think that, him, Vanessa Kirby, Joseph Quinn, and Ebony Moss, they're going to complete each other. You know,
One thing about Manny, he's going to remember the actors' names,
oh yeah,
the directors, everything. I have no idea. But I'm excited, bro. I really am. What about the future movies? What are the future movies, Manny?
oh my
List them
God.
all. I feel like he does. I feel like you know it.
My God, whether it's gonna be the Clayface, either movie or show, I don't know. It's interesting. They're bringing up a Batman villain, giving him his own project. There's also gonna be I think it's a 1 hour special for Punisher. That's also gonna be good.
Oh.
Also, Spider-Man Brand New Day that is set to be in theaters either May or June. They still don't know. It's to be determined still because they barely are shooting right now.
Next year or the
Yeah.
year after.
Next year. It's
Okay.
supposed to come out next year.
Okay.
And there's also Avengers Doomsday. We'll get to that either now or another time, but that's something we need a whole day to talk about.
Honestly, yes. Oh, honestly, that's gonna be our next episode.
Yeah, and you know, there's just so many projects. Supergirl. Next year is gonna be a good year of superhero films too, but it might be a little bit slower paced due to Marvel and DC want to be like they want to get out more quality over quantity.
Mm-hmm.
But there's also Daredevil season 2 supposed to
Okay.
come out next year. You know, stuff like that. I'm crazy excited for just seeing all that again.
Yeah.
Um, man, I'm completely blanking on future stuff coming out like this year.
Surprisingly, because he would FaceTime me and be like, "Oh,
Oh
this
my
is
gosh, the Lantern series.
oh right, the lantern."
Man. It's still to be the tournament date, but they said it's supposed to maybe come out next year.
Okay.
So if it does, I'm excited for it.
Okay.
Seeing a Lantern just be on the big screen again.
I really hope, cause I love seeing the lanterns. There was one lantern in Justice League, the movie.
Oh yeah.
Uh,
Are you
I
talking
lo-
about the Battle of the Gods and
yeah.
Darkseid?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that was
That was cool. I really hope they do justice with the powers, the SFX.
side of yeah.
So I'm excited for that.
You know, the last time we see a Green Lantern movie, it was not perfect. When I first saw it though,
Yes,
as a
when I
kid,
first saw it, one of the best movies.
I was like, wow, this movie is so good.
This is so good. I honestly, I the only thing I didn't like was the guy's transformation when he got uglier and uglier and uglier.
Parallax.
Yeah,
Mm.
I did not like that. He looked so ugly. He freaked me out. It's one of the reasons why I stopped watching the movie. But now,
The thing is, that character, I think that's Parallax. I can't remember now if that's him.
oh,
I'm sure it is because he has to harness the power of the Yellow Land. Like he later forms a certain power,
mm-hmm,
making a Lantern become bad, like Sinestro in the end of the movie.
mm-hmm.
But he did get uglier and uglier throughout the
Yeah,
movie.
I don't like it. But hopefully they do. What we're gonna say that once we got older and we watched the movie, we realized it
Wow.
wasn't really a good movie. It really wasn't. I think since we were younger, we just cared about the fighting and then the
Yeah.
powers and stuff.
Yeah.
But now that we're older, we're like, what is this? So we understand why Ryan Reynolds stopped, or didn't not stop, but didn't like the.
He did land on a good role, Deadpool.
Mm.
That fits his character more.
Yes.
But yeah, I'm excited for Kyle Chandler and Aaron Pierre's new Green Lantern. I can't wait to see.
Mm-hmm.
I can't wait to see their takes because we are getting an older Green Lantern.
Oh yeah.
He's being somewhat of a mentor to John
Mhm.
Stewart's Green Lantern.
Yeah, Sean Stewart.
I wish we would have got a young Hal Jordan just to see both of them
Mm-hmm.
in their prime.
Yeah.
But can't complain.
You really
Getting
can't
Green
complain.
Lanterns. There's not really much you can go on about
Yeah.
that. But there hasn't been talked about nothing else besides it's going to start off being grounded,
Mm-hmm.
which I don't understand. They are literally space cops.
Right. Right.
But once again, can't complain. We're getting lanterns.
Mhm.
So
Question:
Yeah.
Who is John Stewart? John Stewart is the black guy or the white guy?
the black.
Okay. Okay. I love John Stewart.
He,
I Go ahead.
there you go.
I love John Stewart because I grew up watching him on the animated Justice League.
Just like
Unlimited.
Oh, yeah.
Unlimited. Sorry, I said.
That's really if you think of Green Lantern back then, a lot of people would just say John Stewart. 'Cause
Yeah.
he was his his will was really good, and throughout
Yeah.
the show, he was a mature character.
Very.
He wasn't like in some versions of Hal Jordan and Guy Gardner.
Where there's just goofy.
Yeah, but Jon Stewart's character was serious. But now seeing Hal Jordan is going to be slightly serious, and Jon Stewart being the serious one, it's been cool. It's going to be cool to see in live action.
Yeah. Oh, for sure. Which is, like I said, he's my favorite one. My favorite Lantern out of everybody.
Yeah.
Anything else, Manny? I think this is it.
Yeah. I think that's all we have to yap
Yes.
about
This
for our first episode,
Yes.
the pilot.
the pilot. We will be naming it episode 1 pilot. So we're gonna do our little segment. This is gonna be our little cute segment that we're gonna do it at the very end of the video. We're gonna do Funko Pop of the day,
Yeah.
which we're gonna start off with Nova. If you could see it. Oh, the reflection of the TV, but you can't see it. But that's Nova. Nova. Sorry. You want to hold it or?
Yeah, I'll hold it.
Yeah. By the way, Manny has an addiction of Funko Pops. He
Yeah.
has like over 200. Or how many would you say you have?
I'd say around there. I can't give a specific number now.
We're looking at it. It's a big wall, all of them. 2 layers of just like them stacked on each other. It's a lot.
Yeah, so in every episode we're on with the segment with Funko Pop of the
Yeah.
day. But if you guys like, you guys can guess the next Funko Pop in the comments for the next video.
Oh, that'd be cool.
Something cool that you guys could probably get into.
Mhm.
It's really hard to guess it because I have a ton of them.
He has a lot.
But yeah, that's
But that's gonna be our little Funko Pop of the day.
Mhm.
So if you haven't, please like, subscribe, comment down below what you guys want to see next. We are very excited. Hopefully this goes very well
yeah.
throughout our career.
Yeah, because
Um,
that's something that me and him enjoy talking about.
Very no,
Not only to
literally.
each other, but to other people. And
Yes.
we want to do it, make videos about it because there's
Mhm.
so much that we could talk about.
Yeah.
And yeah, we just want to express our minds.
Yes.
Yeah.
Very. And in the future we'll make videos that are not Marvel related here and there.
Yeah.
But it's gonna be a lot of those episodes.
Like
Some
mukbangs.
mukbangs.
We're going to be listening to trailers or
Yeah.
music videos. Who knows?
Who knows?
Yeah.
But I would love to talk about our childhood.
Yeah.
That's one thing.
that
That's
would make sense.
all I'm gonna say.
Yeah.
So if you guys have it, do you want to say your Instagram, or do you want to like say your Instagram name, or
Oh, yeah, of course.
because for me, follow me at gabriel.u.flores on Instagram.
I have to look at my
Yeah. Follow me on there, please, and thank you. Trying to get 1 million followers by the end of the day. What's our goal? Manny has a goal for our channel.
5,000
5,000.
followers by the end of the year.
Yes.
All right, if you guys want to follow my Insta, it is Flores Junior. Period 7.
Good. Yeah. Alrighty, guys. Thank you for listening. Thank you for watching. I am very hungry. I gotta eat something.
Yeah.
So thank you guys for watching. See you next episode.
Yep.
Bye.